Hey, what's up everyone? Professor Danny here, and today I'm with my wife Julie, who's going to help me demonstrate a Jiu-Jitsu technique to attain the spider guard position, where we're going to show you guys a couple of very good and efficient drills to improve your leg positioning, your hip mobility, as well as your grip strength for that spider guard position in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. All right, so guys, we already know that when we're starting in the stand-up position that we have to have good grips in order to pull guard. What I'm going to do today is just show you the standard grip, same side collar grip as your arms. So in this case, I'm using the right hand to grip the collar, so I'm going to grab the left side of my partner's collar like this. Now, my free hand is going to go either at the elbow or at the sleeve, okay, whichever you prefer. I like to go behind the elbow. I think it's a very solid grip. That way there, if the opponent tries to pull their elbow out, I find when I hold here, they pull out, and if they're very strong, I don't have as much control as if I hold behind the tricep area. I remove all of the slack of the gi, and then I use this as a rope and have the best grip possible. So I like to call these the classic judo grip to start your standing position. Now what I'm going to do next is step with my left foot onto the right side of the hip, okay? So once my foot goes connected to the hip, I let myself drop to my left side in order to pull the guard. From this position, I need to bring my right side squared into the open guard position. I need to connect the spider guards. I'm gonna let go the first grip. I always like to let go the sleeve before the collar. And the reason is, if I let go the collar, my opponent has the ability to start posturing up, and then I lose everything. This is the best control at the moment. So if I let go the sleeve first and a person tries to stand up, I have a very good control right now behind the neck. So I like to let go this one first, connect my first spider guard grip, let go this one second, immediately go for the sleeve, and then I start creating some distance with my foot on the hip, and I connect one foot in the crease of the elbow, which is the spider guard. Now, take note that when we play spider guard, the foot has to be on the bicep near the crease of the elbow. Don't put it on the shoulder, and definitely don't put it at the wrist, okay? So I need to have it right where the elbow bends onto the bicep, okay? This is my best posture for the spider guard. So from here, I can go from left, moving my hips to the right side, and then pushing the hips, connecting to the opposite side, okay? So let's do this one more time, guys. So I start with my grips, collar and sleeve grip. I'll step in, place the guard pull. From this position here, connect, open guard position, one hand onto the sleeve, other one onto the sleeve as well, creating some distance and connecting my spider guard position. Once you pull guard, your partner might be still holding with a firm grip onto your lapel like this, and you're trying to create some distance. When you have the foot on the hip, it's super efficient to just pull the person away with the opposite side like this. And that removes the strength of this grip. If you really want to tear the grip, do it on the same side. Watch this. And now that'll break the grip. And then you have the ability to connect your spider guard position. Okay, so now we have the closed guard position. We're gonna start setting up the spider guard. We're gonna grab the sleeves as such. Notice how either side, you're always connecting the inside of your quadriceps and your knee against the opponent's hip. Okay, you're swiveling your legs as such. So when I uncross my closed guard, I want my opponent to feel as if they're still stuck in between my legs. I don't want it to be just opening up, then posting on the mat. What I need to do is always keep some tension against the opponent's hips. So as I uncross, there's always a trap. And then I'll insert one knee, swivel my feet out, and then connect. And this is when I connect my spider guard position. But this is where we're gonna start to move our hips one more time, and connecting the foot on the bicep, okay, on either side. Notice that every time I need to swivel the foot on the hip, from hip to bicep, I need to turn sideways and sideways. Okay, let's do this one more time. So I'm gonna connect my sleeve grips, uncross my feet, but also squeeze my inner thighs against the opponent's hips. So I swivel and I shrimp my hips. I insert the first knee. Foot goes onto the hip, move, and I press with this side onto the opponent's hip so I can swivel my hips, do another hip escape, and then turn, insert the second knee, and from there, I start inserting the butterfly guard against the biceps. I get an angle, and I connect foot on the bicep to start inserting sweeps or just 2 feet on the biceps to start controlling the spider guard. Okay, one more time. So here we are, we're in the closed guard. I grab the sleeves, I uncross my feet, post on the mat, use one shrimp, move my hips out, insert the knee, pummel inside, move one more time, insert the knee. I'm here in a spider guard position. So I'll do one more hip escape, and from here, I create a nice angle to start inserting the spider guard position. All right, next up, so now we're gonna talk about how we wanna control the spider guard position. There are 3 basic important concepts to play a good spider guard against an opponent who's trying to pass your guard either on their knees, 1 foot up, or 2 feet up, okay, when they're standing. Okay, the first element that's super important in spider guard are grips. Okay, so if you don't have a good grip, your opponent's always gonna bring their hand out. Now from this position here, what I mean by this is, so if I'm playing spider guard, either with 2 feet on the hips, 1 foot in the bicep, or both, it's very important to remember that you have to have a good firm grip. The idea of the grip is to make sure that they don't grab the inside or outside of your pants to pass your guard, doing leg drags, stack passes, as well as even gripping to do some Toriando passes. So my idea right now is to keep the hands behind my legs, behind the calves. I don't want my partner to start pummeling their hand inside and going for grips. I have to have the control on the inside. Okay, I need to always pummel my legs inside of their forearms. Once I understand the gripping aspect, it's also distance. So of course, when my feet are on the biceps, I'm always elevating and creating some good distance. Sometimes when the person starts to stack you, it's gonna be difficult now, especially if the person is much stronger or heavier. So I'll need to disconnect and always place a foot onto the hip. So in order to keep the spider guard position, I'll keep one on the bicep near the crease of the elbow, and then the second one's gonna go onto the hip. And then the last but most important concept, which is seldom used in people playing spider guards, they have great technique, but they don't have good mobility. By mobility, I mean keeping steady with both shoulders flat on the mat. If my partner starts to move left or right, it's very important for me to lift and raise my hips off the mat and then kick the spider guard position, okay? So if I change direction, you'll see me posting onto the bicep before I switch the spider guard. I'll raise my hips off and go left to right. And the weight and gravity of my spider guard will force my opponent in the direction that I wish. So I imagine I have a small volleyball right behind my hips, and I raise and I let the ball pass. Raise and let the ball pass. I'll raise and kick, and one more time, raise and kick. Now, I want to show you how you can use a very simple drill to improve dexterity, agility, as well as reaction time with the spider guard position. What we do is we use only the feet for this drill. I'll place both in the spider guard position, okay, neutral position, and I won't use any grips with my hands. I'm only going to grip my own collar as such. What we're going to do is my partner is going to start to pummel underneath my foot, which I'll have to repummel on the inside. So on the opposite side, when they go in, I have to go back inside and place my foot in the same spot that it started. Okay, so one more time here. Notice how if I just bring my foot in, they're gonna grab my pants and block my foot from going inside by closing their elbow space. Okay, so there's no room. So it's very important to get into good habits of when they bring their hand inside, I also bring my knee down before connecting. And on this side, it's the same thing. I bring my knee lower and then I windshield wiper inside. Okay, so let's go fluid from left to right. 1, and then 2, and then 1 and 2. Okay, it's a very simple but very effective drill to improve reaction time, to always reconnect your spider guard onto the opponent's bicep. Now, the same goes through as if they go over the foot, I'll need to pummel over their elbow as well. So see, over and connect back, over and connect back. And you'll feel the sensitivity of as soon as they disconnect from the bottom of your foot, you'll notice it's time to go. As soon as they go, 1, and you reconnect. And reconnect. And now we don't have any grips. Of course, when you have the sleeve grips, it'll be that much easier. The third option is also a very efficient drill, is where as soon as they start to move forward to create some pressure to stack, this nullifies the ability to have a good control in my spider guard. So what I need to do is disconnect one foot, place it onto the hip, and create that space one more time. So I go back to neutral stance and they move in, connect to the hip, and push them back and reconnect. Again, place the foot on the hip, push, and reconnect. Once again, foot on the hip, push, and reconnect. People won't stay static. They'll try to move left or right to start passing your guard. So as soon as they start to move towards the right side, I need to connect my foot behind their knee. And then we'll go back to the center. And then if they move towards the left, I need to connect behind the right knee. Going back, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay? And this is a great drill where we now become very comfortable and we'll start to connect all of these motions together. So we have the unders and overs on the left and right side. You have the hip control and the hooks behind the knee. And now we'll start mixing everything up. So we go 1. This next drill, we're gonna use only one grip on the sleeve. The other hand, I'm gonna grab my own collar or my belt. If you feel like you're gonna have to cheat every time, just put the inside of the palm inside the crease of your belt like this, okay? So make sure you don't use the other hand, only one hand. This is gonna be a challenging drill, but in order to become proficient at your spider guard, you need to start developing these types of actions so you can get a lot more agility using your feet and not just your grips. So we're gonna start like this, only one grip, and then I connect my feet to the biceps, and then we start from there. And we use the same motions where I need to pummel and hook, and then go back and pummel and push, and then go back and then pummel again, and then connect and go back, and connect and go back. It's not easy to do this drill, but you'll see the more you do it, the better you'll start to become. And then if the person starts to push against you, it's very important to bring the grip towards your chest now, okay? Because if you start to bring the foot on the hip and create too much space, they'll grab your pants, and that's when they start to push and start to pass your guard, okay? So now, every time I start to create more distance, it's gonna be important to remember to create some space, but also keep a nice firm grip onto the sleeve. So this is the next drill. It's the same as the two first drills. The only difference is now I'm getting the full spider guard control with two hands onto the sleeves. Okay, I'll start connecting my feet onto the biceps and start playing spider guard from here. Now, my partner is going to start to do the same motion, trying to pass my guard. Of course, by doing this one, when she goes pummeling inside, I'll need to remove the grip and reconnect. Okay, so it creates more challenge now. So if they do on the opposite side, they pummel underneath, I let go, reconnect, and get my grips again. Okay, so one more time. Here, they go underneath, I reconnect, connect my grip, underneath, I reconnect, and grab my grip. Now, if they go over, this is gonna be more challenging and seldom used, but sometimes it could happen where someone gets you by surprise. They go over, you lose the grip, repummel, connect the distance, and then bring it back to your grips. Okay, on the opposite side, you have the spider guard, you lose this grip, pummel, keep the hook inside, push, and as you push, you can connect the spider guard again. If you have the spider guard and you start to create too much pressure and you feel like you don't have a good control or dominance, remove one and then connect one to the hip, create that distance, repummel, and then connect your spider guard once again. They start to move in, connect to the hip, bring your hand to the stomach, connect, and play spider guard. Of course, during the spider guard position, if they start to move left or right, connect one foot behind the knee to control the distance. The idea is you want to keep your opponent in front of you so you can control the spider guard position and see the action that's going on. Okay, so from here, offensively, I start to connect. And if they move this way, I connect behind the knee, I create my distance. Okay, and I imagine that I'm always in control to a point where this person is like a rag doll. Okay? Now, to finish this video segment, I'm going to show you guys a very basic sweep that we like to use in the spider guard when the opponent stays on their knees. Okay, so I have my spider guard grips, I move my hips, connect. From here, I'll connect one spider guard position. What happens now is the side I'm controlling the bicep, a lot of times if I'm not efficient at controlling this grip, they'll start to use the control on the pants. And if I do nothing, they'll push the knee down to the mat and then start passing the guard. So the idea is as soon as I have connection on the grips, I make sure I disconnect their own grips to my pants. What I'm going to do is turn and break the grip, okay? One more time. If we're here and I've connected my spider guard position and then they start controlling my pants, I know that they're gonna try to start to pass the guard. So it's not gonna be enough for me to just bring the grip up to me. And it's not gonna be enough to just try to push my leg out. This grip is very firm. what I need to do is really use my own body's leverage. And I'm gonna turn to one side, disconnect as I kick my grip out. Once I'm here and I've turned, I'm gonna use that momentum and swivel into the spider guard sweep. Okay, notice when I wanna finish the position from here, I've already posted all of my body weight onto my right elbow. I can let go this grip and bring myself into the mount position by always controlling the opponent's sleeve. Okay, one more time. So I have the close guard position. I'm gonna swivel my hips, bring the spider guard. Once I connect, I move my hips into spider guard position, but the opponent already has a firm grip on my pants. Okay, so I'm gonna turn, kick, move my body. Imagine you're swiveling your hips. Give yourself that momentum. Sweep the person to the side. Always keep control onto the bicep, because if you let go too quickly, what's gonna happen? They're gonna scramble and get the top position. So by controlling the bicep, it's impossible for my partner to turn on their knees. I let go the grip, bring my knee in connected to the hip, and then I remove and pull myself up into the mount position as such. Okay? I'll stabilize the position, get my 4 points, and start thinking of some attacks. Okay guys, that was the quick technique of the week. We showed some spider guard positions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're the person who's calling right now, leave a message. We'll get back to you as quickly as possible. We're just filming a video. All right guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it's going to improve your spider guard skills in Jiu-Jitsu the next time you hit the mats. If you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Until next time guys, keep those grips, spider guard, foot on the bicep, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.